I was expecting to feel the hard ground hitting me any second, but instead felt Edward's gloved hands catching me and quickly wrapping their arms around me as we both fell on the ground. We both rolled in the dirt until the doctor's back hit a tree with a loud noise. Oh no! Are they okay? Their grip on me loosened, getting limp. Hey all you cool creatures, I'm Cryptid, welcome to the Cryptid Plays YouTube channel. And today we are continuing Ghost Ship Lovers. Last time, we played through Oliver's route on Chapter 2. Now I'm going to choose someone else to go with. I'm thinking Edward, just because I like them a lot. And before I get started, I will give you the warning again, which I will pull up here because I did save a static image of it. Warning, 18 plus. This game contains age-restricted materials, and it is reserved to an adult public. This is a work of fiction. All characters in this game are over the legal age of 18 years old. All the sex scenes are consensual. Now, obviously, I will be age-restricting the video, even though there is nothing of the NSFW variety in Chapter 2. So, with that out of the way, let's get started. I had no idea why the captain would order me to do this, but I'd better go with someone I trust, since it looked like I didn't have a choice. So, who do you want to go with? I said earlier Edward, so let's go with them. Even though to stay in line with the voice that I was doing for them, I will have to do a Russian accent, but I think I can manage that for 30 minutes or so. I will go with Edward. Everyone kept silent and stared at me. Did I say something wrong? Oliver smiled at me. Nah, don't worry, Biscuit. It's simply that Edward is not usually the one that makes the best impression to strangers. So you choosing them is surprising. Edward was silent, but I could feel their stares behind the mask. They are a good person, just not very good with people. All right, let's go. All of us went to the port side of the ship's tender. It is large enough to take the whole crew, as well as a few empty bags and containers. Once on the shore, everyone went their separate ways, leaving me and Edward alone on the beach. Without a word, the doctor started walking toward the dense jungle. I guess I should follow? I hurried up behind them. We walked for a while without a word, so I decided to break the silence. Ooh. I wonder if these have any bearing on relationship points. Let's see. Isn't it warm with this mask on? Oh yeah, they did not like that. The doctor let out a sigh. Yes. I don't mind if you take it off. I'd rather not. I don't want to scare you. Even though I don't think there's any way they could be scary. Scare me? I'm pretty sure I won't be scared of them, but if they feel more comfortable with the mask on, I should not insist. After a moment, the doctor sighed. I apologize for not talking that much. I'm not good with socializing. It's all right. May I ask you something? Yes. Why did you choose me? Well, okay, so I'm gonna go back and get the other choices. Nice weather we're having. Okay, that was neutral.
Excuse me?
Well, that only made things more awkward. Nothing. I'm going to assume that this one's the right choice. So, what are we looking for?
A flower.
A flower? They went quiet again. After a moment, the doctor sighed.
I apologize for not talking that much. I am not good with the socializing.
It's all right.
May I ask you something?
Yes.
Why did you choose me?
I think that's about as good as it's gonna sound in my, amateur Russian accent. Well, wow, this is absolutely the wrong choice, but let's see what happens. You would scare the animals with your mask. They sigh.
I guess you are right.
Edward and I walked for a pretty long while. I was careful not to trip on anything. Alright, let me go back and see if I can get the right relationship building choice. You look intelligent? Neutral.
Well, I am the doctor on the ship. I am rather intelligent. Although it does not mean the others could not protect you in their own way. Davy is very skilled with a sword. Oliver is our weapon master, and Conrad is able to lift more than his own weight. Joshua doesn't know how to fight, but he is pretty strong and agile.
It's true, they were all pirates after all. They must all have their own set of skills. Alright, let me go back, because I think the middle one might end up being the right choice. I want to know you better. Yep, it was! Hurrah! They stared at me in silence for a moment.
Really?
I could hear the surprise in their voice. Of course. You look like a very interesting person.
Well, I think you are very interesting too.
My cheeks felt warm a bit. Really?
Yes, you have a very interesting body.
My body, you say? I got even more red, and the doctor cleared their throat.
I'm sorry. Maybe this was inappropriate to say.
No, go on.
As a doctor, I tend to have a big interest in bodies.
It's fine. Edward and I walked for a pretty long while. I was careful not to trip on anything.
We have a long way to go. If you want to ask me questions, I will be happy to answer them.
I do have a few. This situation was still pretty confusing after all. But mostly, I want to understand what is going on here.
Let me explain our situation first. A long time ago, we were cursed with different animals.
Cursed with animals?
Yes.
Okay, so far so good.
Then, we were cursed to live inside this book.
Wait a minute. Does that mean you are not from this book?
We are not.
How long have you been in this book? Well, they know the exact amount of time. Okay.
316 years, 3 months, and 16 days.
I like that. 316, 316. I love that. What? My jaw dropped. You have been here for 300 years?
Approximately, yes. I did search for a way for us to get out. But science and magic hardly mix. This is why I hate magic. Too unpredictable.
Does it mean I am also stuck here?
For now, yes.
Well, this is great. I kind of like having my own pirate adventure, but I still need to go back home at some point. What is this curse you were talking about?
I do not wish to explain what exactly happened. I can tell you that it provides us with some interesting morphing of our bodies in time of needs. I can also tell you that I was cursed with the urchin.
The urchin. And what kind of body morphing does that provide you with?
Nothing much. I can turn my hand into sharp claws and make black spikes appear on my body.
That sounds a bit scary. Does it hurt?
No, it's nice of you to ask.
Why did the captain bring me here?
Didn't Joshua explain it to you?
Well, I didn't really ask, even though I should have. Maybe for the full game I'll go back and actually ask Joshua about that, because I can't believe that I got a different choice before this. Oh well. They paused for a moment.
The captain wants to marry you.
I stared at them for a moment, my eyes wide with incomprehension. What? Marry me? But why? I haven't even met the guy. He doesn't know me. This made no sense.
I just do not think I'm the right person to tell you.
Well, this is great. If a person I never even met decides to kidnap me, then they decide I should marry them. I think I would like to know why. Considering I'm the one who got kidnapped, after all. Well, no more questions. Edward didn't say much else after that. I did notice them glancing over to me from time to time, so at least they seemed to check on me. We stopped near what seems to be a mountainside. The doctor looked up and pointed at a large flower that was growing between the rocks.
There. It seems to be out of my reach. My outfit isn't really meant for climbing.
I looked at the flower with a frown. It's not that far. I could climb and get it. Edward turned their masked face towards me.
I'm not sure this is a good idea.
Well, I want to be useful. I can't just come with you and do nothing to help. The doctor seemed hesitant, then sighed.
All right, but this flower needs to be cut in a precise way, the closest to the roots.
I nodded, and they handed me a bag I was able to put on my shoulder, and a little pair of scissors.
Please be careful.
I started to climb. It was pretty easy since the side of the rock formation wasn't smooth. Carefully watching my steps, I reached the flower without any problem. All right, well, clearly this is the right one. What happens if we do the wrong one, though? Time to cut it like Edward told me. Okay, that's a broken heart. I got the flower and put it in the bag before resuming my descent. Alright, let me go get the right one, because I don't think that's going to change how Edward actually talks to us. Time to cut it, like Edward told me, properly this time. I got the flower and put it in the bag before resuming my descent. My left foot felt the shape of the rocks below me before resting firmly on a safe spot. I let out a scream when I felt it crumble under my weight. My hands were trying to grab onto something, but only slid off the rock wall. I was expecting to feel the hard ground hitting me any second, but instead felt Edward's gloved hands catching me and quickly wrapping their arms around me as we both fell on the ground. We both rolled in the dirt until the doctor's back hit a tree with a loud noise. Oh no! Are they okay? Their grip on me loosened, getting limp. I quickly got on my knees, looking at the masked person in a panic. Edward! Edward! They protected me from the fall with their own body, and now they were not responding or even moving at all. I have to check if they are still breathing. Okay, this is clearly the wrong one. Let's do it first. Sorry about this, Edward. Take the mask off. I needed to see if they were conscious. I needed to see their face. I reached for the mask. I let out a squeal when Edward's hand grabbed my wrist to prevent me from grabbing it. Good. So they stop us anyhow. What are you doing? The doctor's tone was cold. I needed to see if you were all right. I am fine. They let go of my hand before sitting up against the tree. I felt so relieved. Alright, let me go back and get the other choices. Shake them gently. I have a feeling that the head on the chest is the most romantic option, which I mean, obviously. I wasn't sure what to do, so I put my hands on their chest to gently shake them. Edward, please, be all right. The person moved a bit while letting out a groan. I am fine. They sat up against the tree. I felt so relieved. All right, put my head on their chest. I needed to see if they were breathing. Leaning down, I rested my ear on their chest. I sigh in relief when the sweet sound of steady breathing comes from them. What are you doing? They sounded confused. I sat up in a hurry, feeling flustered. I needed to see if you were breathing. I am fine. They sat up against the tree. I felt so relieved. You saved me from the fall. Are you hurt? They reached out to touch my cheek, but quickly stopped themselves and retracted their hand. No. You can touch my cheek. It's okay. I like you. I trust you. I'm sorry. No, I'm fine. You sheltered me from the fall. I don't have any scratches on me. Good. Edward sounds genuinely glad and relieved. Them being so concerned about me made me feel warm inside. Oh, and I got the flower. The doctor got up, so I did the same. Perfect. Let's go back to the ship. Are you sure you're all right? You hit that tree pretty hard.
It makes me happy that you are worried about me, little mouse, but I am fine. I am a doctor, after all. I should know.
I smiled at them and nodded. I gave the bag back to Edward, and we started walking back to the ship. With our quest successful of retrieving the flower, I felt good. It was nice to help and feel useful. Especially to Edward. Maybe I could help them more? Oh, I hope we can. That would be freaking amazing. I'm sure y'all can tell by now, but Edward and Oliver are like my two favorites. I love everyone, but for whatever reason, I'm very drawn to those two particular characters. Edward, would you... I got interrupted by something grabbing my feet and pulling me up into the trees. Uh-oh. I screamed loudly, a strong and silky body wrapping itself around me. My eyes met those of a very large snake hissing towards me. I didn't have time to scream again before my body was squeezed firmly, disabling me from doing so, a feeble squeal only leaving my lips. Panic rose quickly inside me, trying to move from the deadly embrace. In a moment, the snake loosened its grip on me, letting me fall toward the ground for what was the second time today. Once more, I felt the doctor's hands catch me. Oh. Ah, so those are the spikes that they can produce. I stared in awe at the clawed hands holding me and the black spikes coming out of their body. The large snake was laying on the ground, implanted by spikes, dead. Edward let out a sigh.
It's the second time today I had to catch you from a fall, little mouse.
Oh, what is...
This is my horror form. I am sorry if it scares you, but I had no choice. The snakes here have very aggressive behavior.
The doctor gently put me back on my feet.
Are you all right?
Yes, I am. Thanks to you. Again.
It is fine. I do not mind having you in my arms.
Oh my gosh, I love the clawed hand. There was a pause when I felt my cheeks getting hot. Edward cleared their throat. I could feel they were embarrassed, even with the mask on. It's okay, Edward. You can flirt with us.
Let's resume our walk.
Yes. We made our way back to the beach, and soon we were back on the ship with the others. The doctor was staring at me for a moment. Is something wrong?
I just wanted to thank you for helping me today.
You are the one that saved my life. 2 times.
Yes, I hope if you feel unwell, you will feel safe enough to come see me.
Of course. I trust you, Edward. The doctor stayed silent, playing awkwardly with their scarf.
Thank you. You better go back to the hold to rest. It was a scary experience for you.
I nodded and walked down to the hold. Well, that was something. I was still wondering how I would be able to sleep after everything that happened, and all the new information I got from Edward. I can't imagine how it must feel to not only be cursed, but also be stuck in a book for 300 years. Well, if I can't leave, I may just also experience an eternity in this book myself. How could the captain do this just to marry me? I need to talk to them. I need more explanations. this is the end of Chapter 2. Thank you so much for playing. And yet again, thank you to the developer for making this wonderful game. And I will let the credits and song roll again, so see y'all after the credits. And enjoy the song.
I once stood on the shoreline, for I swore it all to see. I tried to look away, but it meant the world to me. Now there's nothing but the ocean and its story by the page, held captive by its tail, with its words an inky cage, where once the book was closed and we had to stow the sails. But sure as dusk is falling, the dawn she never fails. No, nothing's left to plunder, except all you have to give. Take all we can, give nothing back, the code by which we live. Yo ho, yo ho, is this the life for me? Is there truly nothing more that a pirate's meant to be? Sailed 1,000 miles away, I fear that I could never find the words to make you stay. If me and you was only ever in a dream, I'd know that waking up is crueler than it seems. And if you ever want to try to find your way to me, just let the story take you back into our lonely sea. 'Cause only your love can set us free, set me free. Yo ho, yo ho, is this the life for me? Is there truly nothing more that a pirate's meant to be? Yo ho, yo ho, until this fate's undone, we'll sail for the horizon till we find our setting sun.
Alright, so that was Edward's Route for Chapter 2. And, you know, I loved it just as much as Oliver's. I am excited to go through each and every characters. But I want to thank you all for watching. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more of me but you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. I upload videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, and sometimes extras and shorts randomly throughout the week. I also stream on Twitch on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Fridays are usually twice a month, but they have been known to be more, and sometimes less. And I hope to see you all next time. Bye!